All right, guys. Here I am with assignment number 21, finding polynomial zeros. You know, I forgot to mention in my notes that they're also called roots. So there's four names: zeros, x-intercepts, solutions, and they're also called roots. So just FYI. All right. Now we're going to work on number 2 first because it's the one we started to do in our notes, but I'm going to show you it with this calculator. Because you're not going to have Desmos, right? So if I go to turn this thing on and I go to table and I go to edit function and I've got it typed in, I got everything typed in right there. I'm going to press enter, start my table at 5. I don't know, I'll start it at -5. I don't care. And I'll have it go up by 1 every time and then create a table. Now, if I go up in the negatives, it's just going to keep getting bigger, it looks like. Now, what I'm looking for is when the y column gets closer and closer to 0, there we go, 2, 0. So I now know one of my answers is 2. So x equals 2. So I'm going to write that in there. Now, if I keep going, I'm hoping to find some more zeros in the y column, but guess what? I can't find them. So what do I do next? And that's what I'm going to show you now. What I need to do, in the notes, it said the next thing you need to do is synthetic division. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to take 2. We'll put it in the box. Take 8, -2, -43, 30. Did I need any placeholders? No, I didn't, because there were no missing terms. What's the first thing we do? We bring down the 8. Now, I noticed on the last quiz that some of you still didn't know how to do synthetic division, so you need to work on that. 2 times 8 gives me 16. What do I do with the -2 and the 16? I add. All right, take the 14, go back and multiply it by 2, you get 28. Okay, what do I do with the -43 and the 28? I add. I get -15. What do I do now? I multiply the 2 by the -15, I get -30. All right, guys, the remainder is 0. If you don't get a remainder of 0, something went wrong, because if 2 is one of the solutions or one of the zeros, it will give you a remainder of 0. Okay? So now what is our new function? Remember, this started out with 8x to the 3rd. Okay? Well, that means our new polynomial is going to be 8x squared. It means it's going to start out with an x squared. And this would be plus 14x minus 15. All right. So what do I do with 8x squared plus 14x minus 15 equals 0? That's my new polynomial. Well, I can try to factor it, which is what I'm going to do because that's what I'm best at. This might take a little work. 8 times -15 is -120. And right here I get 14. I'm going to go back to my calculator. And I'm going to see if I can find factors of -120 that add up to 14. So I'm going to do -120 divided by x. Go back to my table. I'm looking for two numbers, x and y, that add up to 14. Those don't. 15 and -8. No, that adds up to 7. Oh. 20 and -6. That adds up to 14. So I've got 20 and -6 as my magic numbers. Okay? So x plus 20 times x minus 6 equals 0. Remember, I'm not done. I multiplied by 8 in this step right here. So I got to divide by 8. Divide by 8. Now, guys, there's a shortcut here we talked about before. If you just simplify this fraction, 20 over 8. Let's see, let's quit here. Let's go 20 over 8 equals 5 over 2, so x plus 5 over 2. And 6 over 8, I know that's equal to 3 over 4. Okay, so now I know my last two zeros. Negative 5 over 2, or in other words, negative 2.5, and x equals positive 3 over 4, or 0.75. And if you go back and look at your notes, these were our other two zeros. I don't care whether you put it in fraction form or decimal form. Just don't round off these answers when you change to a decimal. If you need to leave them in fraction form so you don't have to round them off, good for you. So my solutions are negative 5 over 2. Again, you can call that negative 2.5 if you want. And 3 over 4, or 0.75. So again, I found my first solution from my calculator. Then I did synthetic division, and I got a new polynomial. Then I said, I may be able to factor this polynomial. I could do the quadratic formula, but I'm going to try to factor it. I came over here, I found some magic numbers, I factored it. Remember to do bottoms up, so I divided each of these by 8. Now at the very end, I can skip the bringing the bottom up and just go straight to my answers right here. Negative 5 over 2 and positive 3 over 4. Okay? So that's how you do it. Now let's go to another type of problem. Let's see. Number 7. You're going to like number 7. It's real easy. If you remember back in the notes, we said if 1 is a solution, x minus 1 is a factor. If negative 2 is a solution, x plus 2 is a factor. Finally, if 5 is the solution, x minus 5 is a factor. It wants us to write the polynomial function in factored form. Well, that's it. It's in factored form right here. If it wanted the polynomial in standard form, I would have to do the distributive property with these two, get an answer, and then do the distributive property again with the third one. We'll probably take a look at that in class just so you understand it, but right now it says to leave it in factored form, so that makes it super easy. I'm going to leave number 8 for you to do. It's just like number 7. Finally, number 9. 9 and 11, pretty much like 10 and 12. So, and just like the problem number 2 that I did up top, you do it the same way, except they already gave you the information. They said x plus 3 is a factor, so that means negative 3 is one of your zeros. So now you're just going to do synthetic division, and then you're probably going to try to factor it or do the quadratic formula after you do synthetic division. So I'll get that one started for you. Down here, notice that it was x plus 3, so I had to put negative 3 in the box. But down here, they didn't give me a factor. They gave me the actual 0. So they didn't give me x plus whatever or x minus whatever. They just said the 0 is 3. So we just leave it as 3 and put it in the box. Okay? So understand the difference. When they give you a factor, they're basically giving you a 0, but you know it's the number that is opposite of that. But when they give you the 0, please don't change the sign. Okay? Just put that number in the box. So that's 2, negative 7, 2, 3. Don't need any placeholders. Again, after you do synthetic division, you have to then keep solving by either factoring, quadratic formula, whatnot, just like I did right here in number 2. After I did synthetic division, I came down here and I kept solving until I got the last 2 solutions. So there were 3 solutions to this problem. 2 was one of my solutions. Negative 5 over 2 was one of my solutions. And 3 over 4 was one of my solutions. Okay? All right. that's the end of this video. Good luck. I'll see you the next time you come to class.